You think you can spot a psychopath? Think again. You probably think you'd recognize a psychopath the moment you meet.
1. Someone cold, dangerous, maybe even violent, like the villains from crime movies. But the truth is far more unsettling. They're not
hiding in dark alleys. They're the charming coworker who always says the right thing. The attentive new friend who
seems to understand you perfectly, or even the perfect partner who feels too good to be true. At first, everything
about them feels magnetic, almost faded, until one day something small shifts. A moment of emptiness in their eyes.
That doesn't quite add up. A kindness that feels rehearsed. By the time most people notice, it's too late. Their
reputation, confidence, even mental health already fractured. Because psychopaths don't just harm you physically, they rewrite your sense of reality. In this
video, we'll uncover the 5 signs psychologists and criminal profilers use to tell a true psychopath from a merely difficult person, and how to protect yourself before the damage begins.
Stay till the end. You will never look at charm the same way again. Let's begin with the first end.
Most dangerous sign. The 5 hidden signs of a psychopath. Most people imagine psychopaths as monsters, violent, unpredictable, visibly dangerous. But
the true warning signs are far quieter, deceptive. Subclinical traits.
Charm. Let's break down the 5 signs that separate true psychopaths from merely difficult people. 1. Predatory charm. It starts with charm so disarming, you can't help but trust them. They mirror your interests, your humor, even your rhythm of life.
You feel seen, maybe even special. But that's exactly the point. Psychopathic charm is a weapon, not a personality trait.
Dr. Robert Hare, creator of the psychopathy checklist used by the FBI, calls it superficial charm, charisma that switches on.
And off depending on who's watching. You'll notice it fades the moment you stop being useful. It's not connection, it's calculation.
A colleague who seems endlessly kind at team meetings, but turns cold and dismissive the second no one's watching.
Visual. A smiling face mirrored in multiple reflections, each slightly distorted. Emotional emptiness. Normal people feel empathy, fear, guilt.
Psychopaths don't. Brain scans from the University of Wisconsin show reduced activity in areas that process emotion and moral reasoning.
That's why their reactions often feel off. They might smile during tragic news or show rage over trivial setbacks. Clinicians
call it the dead eyes moment, a brief flash where their emotional mask slips, revealing a chilling void underneath. Example. A
friend who comforts others by repeating learned phrases but shows no real concern. Visual. Candlelight reflecting in motionless eyes. 3. Strategic victimhood. Here's the twist. Psychopaths can appear heartbreakingly vulnerable. They'll share stories of betrayal, injustice, or heartbreak that draw
out your empathy and your loyalty. But these stories are often strategically constructed. Research from Oxford's Department of Experimental Psychology shows us
that psychopaths excel at crafting emotionally charged narratives that bypass rational thinking. They know how to make you feel for them
until questioning seems cruel. Example, I've just been so hurt by people who never understood me. What feels like
honesty is often bait, a way to test how easily you can be manipulated.
Shadows, palm open, eyes pleading. Parasitic lifestyle psychopaths see relationships as resources to exploit, not connections to nurture. They
identify what they want: money, status, housing, influence, and attach themselves to those who have it. Their generosity always comes with hidden
strings. Research from the University of British Columbia found psychopaths rank resource extraction among their top relational motives. They give just enough to keep you invested, then slowly drain your energy, confidence, and independence. Example, a partner who always needs
help, yet disappears when you're struggling. Visual, a vine wrapping around a tree, tightening with every loop. 5-point, calculated destruction.
This is the darkest sign and the hardest to accept. Once control is established, many psychopaths begin harming for pleasure. They
provoke conflicts, spread rumors, expose secrets, all for entertainment. Harvard research shows that their reward centers light up when others suffer.
It's not random cruelty, it's recreational destruction. Example, the friend who starts drama between people, then sits back to watch. Visual,
a chessboard, pieces falling one by one as the player smiles. Now that you can spot these 5 patterns, the next question is, how do you protect yourself without making things worse? Because with psychopaths, fighting back the wrong way doesn't free you, it feeds them. Let's talk about why normal methods fail. Most people believe they can
reason with anyone. They think that if you just explain how much someone's actions hurt you or appeal to their empathy, things will get better. But with a psychopath, that instinct is exactly what they're counting on. Key idea:
You can't use normal communication to solve an abnormal mind. Psychopaths lack the neurological wiring for empathy, remorse, or guilt.
The very emotions that make conflict resolution work for normal people. It's not that they won't understand you. It's that
they can't. The science behind it, well. Studies from the University of Montreal and University of Wisconsin show that psychopaths process
emotional language through different regions of the brain. The circuits that light up for you when someone cries a sing remain
dim for them. Appeals to emotion or fairness simply don't register the same way. That's why reasoning with them feels
like shouting into a void the sea. Calm explanations, tears, or moral logic all bounce back empty.
Across a glass wall, one is pleading, the other only watches their reflection. The trap of empathy psychopaths exploit the
emotional rules that guide healthy people. When you say, let's talk this out, they hear, here's a new way to deal.
Study your weaknesses. When you show anger, they think, good, now I know what gets to you. Even therapy or mediation can make things worse because they use it to learn emotional vocabulary, the language of feelings that they all
don't actually experience. One long-term study from the University of California found that therapy often makes psychopaths better manipulators, not
better people. Character example. Take Maya, for instance. When her partner started lying and gaslighting her, she believed honesty could
fix it. She opened up completely, her fears, insecurities, dreams, and he listened intensely. But instead of healing, he weaponized every detail. Her openness became ammunition. Every apology, every tear, every attempt at peace was used to tighten control.
That's the cruel genius of psychopathy. They turn your compassion into your cage.
Someone's chest, the key held by another smiling hand. Why boundaries don't work either? Setting limits feels empowering until
they see it as a challenge. Psychopaths experience boundaries as games, not guidelines. They push until you break, not because they need the result, but because breaking you proves they can. Each time you give in just once, it confirms
their power. And that rush that control of us is their real addiction. If this sounds painfully familiar, you're not weak. You're reacting like a normal, feeling human being having to someone who isn't wired like you. So if reasoning, empathy, and confrontation all fail, what actually works? In the next part, we'll talk about the one strategy psychologists recommend
and how to use it safely. The escape plan. You can't win a game that was never meant to.
Be fair. When dealing with a psychopath, every emotional reaction, every plea, every defense becomes fuel. So the goal isn't to fight harder, it's to starve the fire completely. Psychologists call it the gray rock method. It's not about
confrontation or revenge it's about becoming uninteresting. Psychopaths crave stimulation, excitement, chaos, emotional energy. When you stop giving them that, they move on to a new target. Think of it as emotional camouflage. You blend into the background until you disappear from their radar. Research from the Psychopathy Research Unit shows that psychopaths' brains are wired for constant stimulation. They find normal relationships boring and seek drama to feel alive. By removing emotional engagement, both positive and
negative, you cut off their reward loop. When you respond with calm, neutral, repetitive answers like, I see, or
their power begins to fade. Visual, a flame flickering, then dimming slowly as oxygen disappears. The 5-step escape framework. Reduce emotional reaction. Stop explaining, defending, or justifying. The less you react, the less they can feed on your energy.
Provide minimal information. Keep your personal life off limits. Every detail they know becomes a future weapon. Become predictable. Routine is your armor.
Predictability kills their curiosity and their control. Document everything. Keep records of messages, actions, and incidents. It's not paranoia, it's protection. Build a quiet exit. Don't announce you're leaving or ending things. Psychopaths react to confrontation like predators sensing prey. Leave emotionally first, then physically or professionally once safe. Visual. A gray stone sinking gently into ground. Still water, no splash, no ripple, just quiet disappearance. When David realized his boss was manipulating him,
Taking credit for his work, isolating him from colleagues, he tried something new. He stopped reacting. No more. Arguments, no visible frustration. He spoke less, smiled neutrally, and stopped offering personal updates. Within weeks, the boss shifted focus
to someone else because David had become boring. Realizing the only way to
win was to stop playing. Why it works? Psychopaths require emotional engagement to feel powerful. When you give them nothing,
no anger, no fear, no admiration, they're deprived of control. And without control, they lose interest. It's not revenge, it's release. Try it for a week. Don't argue, don't react, just respond neutrally and watch how quickly
their energy fades. Escaping their orbit is one thing, but what about the aftermath? When the chaos ends and you're
left with the silence, that's when real recovery begins. You can't change them, Pen, but
you can reclaim yourself. Freedom from a psychopath doesn't feel like triumph at first. It feels quiet.
Out of a storm and realizing you've forgotten what peace sounds like. But that silence, Brian, that stillness, Aramis, is
where healing begins. Recovering from psychopathic manipulation isn't just about escaping someone dangerous. It's about rebuilding your trust in yourself.
Because that's what they broke first out. Your sense of certainty, your ability to believe what you feel. Harvard trauma
specialists call this coercive control, a systematic dismantling of your inner compass until you question your own reality. That's why even strong, intelligent people get trapped, not because they are weak, but because they care. The emotional perspective. If you have
ever thought, how could I have missed the signs? Stop blaming yourself. Your confusion wasn't naivete, it was empathy.
Your brain was responding normally to someone whose wiring isn't normal. And when the truth finally clicks in bow, when you see the manipulation clearly, that's not shame, that's clarity. It's the first moment you start seeing with your own
eyes again. Visual, a sunrise over calm water, light reflecting where shadows once were. Example character, Anna, a survivor of
years of emotional abuse, once said, I thought healing meant forgiving him, but it actually meant forgiving myself, Klein, for
not seeing it sooner. She learned that her softness wasn't a weakness to fix. It was her greatest strength.
The part that made her human again. The gentle framework for recovery. Validation. Remind yourself your experience was real. Boundaries.
They're not walls, they're doors you control. Support. Find professionals who understand psychopathic trauma. Self-trust. Rebuild your instincts, one small decision at a time. Because healing doesn't mean becoming colder. It means becoming wiser without losing your warmth. If this resonated with you, share it, Yustai. Someone out there still thinks they can fix a psychopath. Help them.
See that protecting your peace isn't selfish death, it's survival. In the next video, we'll explore how to rebuild trust
in others and in yourself after surviving emotional manipulation. Because recovery isn't the end of your story. It's